Sonic's Greenhouse Adventure Season 4, Chapter 24, Going Home. Movie Shadow's point of view.
When we teleported, we arrived at a beautiful place. Whoa, is this it, Marina? I asked as I looked around.
Yes, you did it, Shadow.
Marina said with tears of relief in her eyes. Then we heard something collapse. Huh? Silver? I cried as I ran over to him.
I'm okay, Shadow. Just worn out. It took a lot of mental focus compared to usual to hold all those monsters back.
That's when I looked down and I noticed Annika was waking up.
Shaddy? Sylvie?
Yes, little sis, we're here to bring you home, I said as I kissed her forehead, and she started to giggle happily.
Marina's point of view.
After seeing everyone else was okay, I collapsed onto my knees as I looked over Sonic properly. Now that we were in a very safe place, I felt like breaking down at that moment, for he looked terrible and was still unconscious. He looked so much smaller and younger in this state. Oh, Sonic, why did you do that for us? If I hadn't been chained up at the time, I would have towed you out of it or something. I refuse to lose you. Please, open your eyes, I said as I lost it. Then we heard footsteps. I looked up to see it was Soul and Blaze.
Thank goodness you're all back safely. You had us going for a second there.
I wouldn't say that. Just look at what that monster did to my boyfriend, I said with angry tears. I couldn't help it. I had to let my anger out somehow.
Oh, right. The poor thing.
Blaze said as she sat next to me. So how do we get home? I asked simply, feeling emotionally drained.
Well, I would try chaos control, but I never done it to travel to different dimensions before. So much could go wrong.
Well, I think I can do that. Besides, I have been curious about this dimension of yours.
Great, well then let's go, I said as I stood up with Sonic still in my arms. Then I felt Sonic move. I looked down and saw him groaning as his eyes slowly opened.
Marina?
Sonic said in such a small, quiet, and weak voice. I was so relieved that he was awake, but hearing his voice sound like that made me want to cry all over again. It didn't sound like him at all. The once energetic, happy hedgehog was now in pain and looked so small. Yes, it's me. We're going home now, I said as I carefully rubbed the back of his ear. Sonic purred very loudly in response.
Really? Oh, thank goodness.
Sonic said happily, but it was still weak. Well, Heath Shadow, let's do this, I said, and he nodded and opened a portal. Then we walked through it.
Maddie's point of view.
I was sitting on Sonic's bed, worried sick about my kids. Silver and Shadow just suddenly left without even leaving a note or anything.
Maddie, you need to see this.
I heard my husband say, and so I came to the living room and I could see a portal open. Then Shadow and Silver came through with Annika in Silver's arms. Then doubles of my Mobian sons with capes and pendants came in. And lastly, Marina came in with Sonic, who was also wearing a cape in her arms. Oh my gosh, you're back! I was so worried about you boys, I said as I hugged Shadow and Silver. Then I walked over to Marina. That's when I saw that he was barely conscious and had bruises all over him. Oh, my poor Sonic. What happened back in that horrible world? I demanded as I was about to take him in my arms. However, Sonic suddenly jolted, now completely awake.
Yeah! It hurts! My body hurts so much! Please make the pain go away, Mommy!
My poor blue son cried as he stretched out his arms towards me. He obviously wanted me to hold him, and I immediately obliged. But what broke my heart was that even the smallest movement he made caused him to feel even more pain. Don't worry, baby. I'll fix you up. Tom, get my first aid kit, I said as I turned to Tom.
I'm on it, Mads.
Tom said as he ran to do just that. Then I laid him down carefully on the counter. Then Tom returned with the first aid kit.
Tom's point of view.
When I returned, I could feel the heavy tension in the room, so I knew just how to lighten the mood. So, here are the alternate versions of her sons, right? What's up with the caves and pendants? I asked for I was curious.
Yes, I guess we are. The caves are dress code at the place we live nowadays. Well, since Xylo destroyed most of Mobius on that level. The pendants amplified the power that is fused with our souls. That being our god powers the deceased god Hephaestus gave us.
Whoa, I wasn't expecting otherworldly gods to be a part of any of this. What happened back there? Then I saw their ears pinned against their heads.
Well, we saved him from Xylo when he first got there. Helps me save Shadow and Silver. Marina came to make sure him and Annika were safe. Then Xylo took them captive. Then apparently your sons came back, got captured as well. It was for a ransom. He would let them go if Wachowski didn't fight back when he did that to him. However, he lied when it came to Annika, but Wachowski, Shadow, and Silver? What exactly was he trying to do with her?
Oh, yeah. Right.
He tried to do what Hephaestus did, like to her. But it was his version of it, so she would have become a daughter of darkness or something like that.
But thanks to Hephaestus, Shadow, and Silver, we were able to get her out of there without Xylo noticing. So she is perfectly fine.
Oh, thank goodness, but who is Xylo? I asked nervously.
He is the only remaining god of our dimension. His brothers Hephaestus and Zelios were the only ones until sin tore them apart and Xylo killed them. He is the reason our dimension is an apocalypse.
This other Sonic said with anger that seemed deeper than what he was allowing himself to show.
Well, we better get back before Soul freaks out again.
The other Shadow said as he made another portal.
Wait, take these, so we can keep in touch. We are friends now, right?
Marina said as she held out communicator watches.
The three hedgehogs took them immediately.
Thank you, Marina. Do keep us updated on his condition, please.
Of course, Heath the Sonic, I promise. Good luck with defeating Xylo.
Marina said as she waved along with the Wachowskis. Then the godlike Mobian left and the portal vanished.